Okay, well, thank you very much. Yes, and let me first of all thank ODA for the opportunity to be here today and to participate in the discussion of this report. The UK has been one of the main supporters of this initiative from the very beginning, so it's I think I'm particularly pleased to be here today in London discussing this year's report. What I'm going to do is very briefly introduce this initiative that we call the European Report on Development that we do every year, to explain a little bit what it is and what are the objectives and the context of the initiative. And then I will leave the two of the main co-authors of the report to explain the content of the report. So I will be quite brief, but I wanted to maybe explain to you the context of this report and this initiative. This is an initiative that we took in the Commission together with a number of member states in 2007. The member states that are participating with us are Finland, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Spain, Sweden, and the UK. And the idea was basically to work on three objectives. First was to try to build bridges between researchers on one side and policymakers on the other. The second objective was to kind of feed EU policy decision with evidence and analytical analysis based for policy making, not only in the Commission but also in a number of member states. And finally, we wanted to stimulate work on development issues in Europe and also beyond. To do that, we launched this initiative, the European Report on Development, which is a quite unique, I think, initiative. It's different from other reports of other institutions, the World Bank or the United Nations. This is a report which is, of course, financed and, in a way, guided by the steering committee composed of the Commission and the member states that I mentioned. But once it is launched, it's an initiative which is driven by researchers which are independent and produce a report with their own analysis and ideas that may or may not coincide with the official position of the Commission and other member states. But we value this as an intellectual input for discussion and policy making. So this is what this report is. It has been a number of reports. This is the fourth report. In 2009, we had a report on fragility, in particular in Africa, the problem of fragile states in Africa. In 2010, we had a report on social protection and development. And 2011 and 2012, we have a report on scarcity and the management of natural resources, water, land, energy. And we have this year the report on the post-2015 that we are going to be discussing today. Maybe just to announce that we know already the theme of the report of next year, that will be about financing for development and, in a way, the implementation on the post-2015 framework. I think if we come now to the topic of this year that we will be discussing, it's a particularly timely topic, is the issue or one of the key issues we are discussing today. As it has been said, the high-level panel has produced a report. The open working group has started working in New York. I think there is no visit at ministerial meeting to Brussels and ministerial level to Brussels that doesn't want to speak about this issue. So I think it's really a very timely issue. So I think it would be, in a way, would have been difficult for us when we chose this topic 1.5 years ago, even with the knowledge of today, to choose a more pertinent topic to discuss. As I say, this report is not the official position of the Commission. The Commission has presented a document with his official position that you may know. It's a communication called A Decent Life for All. We presented this in February. It's a document presenting a number of clear orientations of what we think should be the post-2015 framework. One of the main orientations is a very clear decision to work towards uniting the poverty agenda and the sustainable development agenda, the post-MDG agenda together with the sustainable development agenda, the process of, let's say, the MDRE and post-MDG review with the process of the Rio and Rio follow-up. This led us to the, I would say, the a logical conclusion that the new framework should be a universal one, covering all countries, because sustainable development is an issue for all countries. We are proposing not a set of indicators and goals, but a number of building blocks, a number of orientations. We have identified 5 main building blocks. The first one is about setting basic living standards. So making sure that everybody enjoys a minimum floor for essential needs like education, health, poverty. A second building block is what we call the driver for growth. So making sure that economies can develop and grow in a sustainable and inclusive manner so that they can afford all the other more social goals. A third building block is the good management of natural resources, which is of course key for sustainable development. A fourth block is around issues linked to good governance, equity, equality, democratic governance, human rights. And a final building block is about peace and security, because if we learn something from the present MDGs is that countries that cannot set a minimum level of peace and security cannot progress in achieving any of the other goals. So we have put these big orientations forward, but we refrain from presenting a detailed set of goals, targets, and indicators. And we did that on purpose because we think it's not the time to do that. This is the time to engage into an international debate. So what we wanted was clear orientations to engage it, for the EU to engage in this debate, to be active, but also in a listening mood. And it's there where I think the report we are going to discuss today plays a role. Because I think in this international process that should lead to the definition of a framework in post-2015 that has to be open, will be important that we also have an informed discussion, a discussion which is informed with what academics can say. And we count on the European Report on Development of this year to be part of this debate and to inform this debate. This is why I'm very happy we are presenting this report today here. This is also why I'm very happy we are going to present this report next week in New York. We have already presented this in Berlin, in Brussels, in Paris, and in South Africa. And as much as we can, we will continue to present it as an input to the discussion that we hope will lead to a consensual framework in post-2015. There are a number of issues that I think are useful to debate and in this report. I'm not going, as I said, to go through the content, but I'm most than happy to come back to this during the debates. But I think now it's probably more useful that I leave the floor to the authors that are going to explain the content better than I could. Thanks.
Gaspar, thank you for that really helpful overview and for framing the report for us. I mean, it does strike me, looking at the report, that it's actually taken forward some of the issues that were raised in the high-level panel report, and in particular the focus on transformation as a guiding principle for the global partnership, and on inclusive growth. And I think it really helps to take forward some of that discussion on inequality and development, which is very central to the high-level panel report. So, Pedro, over to you.